Live stream. Yeah, that other one did great for us.
It did do very.
I looked at the thing. We already got like 80 views or something. Let me see something. Hold on. I wanted to click this and see what it does. This is I can view it on YouTube at the same time. I want to see if it load.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh shit! It did load. Hold on.
You hear me, right?
Yeah. I clicked on the YouTube link to see if I can see it at the same time and see what it looked like.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and post this mug. Share. Copy link. We are live now.
We are now live.
Ghost in the past, get the heartbeat.
Instagram, what an app. What an app. I tell you.
We're back to 410 subscribers.
Huh?
I said we're back to 410 subscribers because one person came in and left.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know.
They want to come back in.
Let me copy this link.
Man.
Yeah. I better be watching this video.
Yep. It jump starts our views, though. I really like that. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and post this to Twitter right now because we do that.
Yeah. Posting it on Instagram. For some reason on Instagram, I always use the yellow arrow. I like using. I don't know why.
They saying people are starting to get turned back on to that Drake album. I know you seen that.
Yeah, it's because it's Drake though, so they always go feed into the bullshit.
They trying to compare it to what's name some bad like albums that people didn't perceive like to Pepper Butterfly, Yeezus. Like I'm like, no, bro, stop.
Yeah, nah, but it's a dance. He made like some salsa shit. I don't even know what that shit is.
It was so true. And I'm like I told you, I remember that like the 21 Savage feature. I'm like, that's
he's starting to try to use 21 Savage to save some of them terrible songs.
Yeah.
That's what he doing. And 21 Savage song to me, it sounds like every other Drake and him like his feature. They starting to have the same. They starting to have the same. Song? They starting to have the same sonic. I don't know the word, but kind of like sound. It sounds just. It's a generic rap song to me.
Yeah. So does it sound like the rest of the album? Does it sound like the whole like techno thing he was trying to do, or is it just like because I feel like it was random for him to just have 21 Savage on there?
It sounds nothing like the rest of the album. It sounds like the 21 Savage thing is like something he tried to do to save his album or something. I don't know.
So trash.
I am waiting on a 21 Savage album though. He do.
Me too, because that last one was fire.
Last two.
Did I like? Oh, you talking about?
You like the other one? You like that other one?
One with
Padlock was on it. Your boy Childish Gambino was on that song.
What's the other one though? You talking about
Savage Mode?
Okay, yeah, Savage Mode 2 was hard.
Yeah, and the one before that was hard, but then before that, I wasn't a fan of his. But when he dropped the other one, I think freshman year or whatever.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and record on YouTube here. To anybody tuning in, shout out to y'all if you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple, or if you're currently watching live stream. It ain't too many people on the live stream right now, but y'all gonna fill in at some point.
It's okay.
Don't forget. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. They're gonna fill in in a second, but don't forget to sub to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to download this episode on Spotify or Apple, and check out the link in the description if you want to get your own podcast started with Buzzsprout. Blake's gonna be in here in a second. Probably, I predict 5 minutes. How much you give him?
It's 9:03 right now. I say 9:10.
9:10.
Oh, okay. No, I'll be nice today. 9:05.
9:05. What if he comes in like in 5 seconds? I bet he comes in like 5 seconds. I doubt he does. Never mind that. Oh no, this is the part of the season not even season. This is the part of the podcast where we have to be at our most creative. Because like there's no games going on.
Yeah.
And then so what we're doing behind the scenes is like trying to find the most creative topics or whatever, because you're not going to get the crazy. I don't want to react to free agency like every episode. You know what I mean? That's boring. Like, I don't want to sit here and predict where this guy's going to go, where this dude's going to go. Like, that's boring. I want to sit here, break down cap space. So you got to come up with a million things. Like, there's fantasy drafts, there's mock drafts, there's a million different things to do. You got to figure out a way to come up with it. So do you enjoy, because we started off like the pod doing off-season stuff. So do you enjoy the off-season stuff a little bit more, where we have to be more creative, or do you enjoy like the regular season stuff? Or we're just kind of reacting to games and trend?
That's a good question. I'll probably say regular season, because I can still organically kind of react to things, but in like the off season, I feel like I'm pressing and trying to think of bullshit. Like let's compare a football player to a basketball player. I feel like I might think of that shit. I never would think of that shit during the season. So, yeah, I said that to answer your question.
Yeah, it's tough. I think this year we're gonna step up as far as topic selection when it comes to like some being creative with what we're talking about in the off season. Last year I think we were pretty good at it. We had a couple of good ones. We actually had like remember like our mock draft series, that was fun. But then after that we didn't really have much else. So so we'll figure out some stuff.
I don't know. Yeah. Do it. No, all I was gonna say is if we can't think of anything, you know, the fans can help us out and comment below.
Help us out, bro.
Like y'all should help us out. Y'all watching the show, like y'all helping us out by watching it. So you could just, you know, give us some ideas in the comments.
Drop some ideas in the comments, man. Let us know what to do. I'm gonna ask them on Snapchat too, like what are some off-season topics we should get into. But today, I don't know. How do you think people? Because so I put a tweet out the other day. I think we did this last episode too, where we kind of reacted to a tweet I did. But I put a tweet out the other day, basically randomly compared certain guys. Right? I don't know what made me do it. It was like sometimes when we're coming up with those early morning tweets that have been doing very well on IG, by the way, I'd be bored and I don't really be knowing what to do. Right? Like I don't want to sit here and, you know, say, oh, this guy should go to this team or whatever. Like it's tough figuring out those tweets. That's why I'd be taking a minute to get them sent over. But I decided to randomly just compare certain players. I don't know why. I think I was watching a bunch of highlights or whatever, and I was like, oh, this dude's better than this guy. Let me piss a bunch of people off. Right.
Yeah.
So here's what I said. In the general perception on it, I think, what do you think the general perception on that tweet was? Right. Basically, I think I compared just a random set of NBA players to each other. And I'm going to list it off in a second. But what do you think that general perception from people on social media was?
I think the general perception overall is probably the one you kind of probably expected to get, because even if something is obvious or a person is obviously better than the next person, somebody's always going to have a different opinion. But that's what makes it a good tweet to me. Yeah, you can kind of know what the audience is going to react to, if that makes sense. That's the general perception. I think it's a good tweet based off the what's the word? The reactions we got to it. I think it's a good tweet, because you know people are always gonna have different opinions, even if it's obvious to us. Like I can say, like even if it's obvious to us that Kyrie Irving might be better than Damian Lillard, it might be different for somebody else. Yeah, something like that. So
I'm looking at these comments. This shit is a joke. That's one comment. Somebody said 50% Big L, 50% W. That's funny. People were mad about the DeAndre Ayton. So I'm gonna list them off now. But I had a couple of DeAndre Ayton takes. So 1, I said Jimmy Butler was better than Jason Tatum. 2, I said Devin Booker was better than Donovan Mitchell. 3, I said DeAndre Ayton is better than Rudy Gobert, which people I think were cool with. This one got people pissed off. So the one so far from this list, people were pissed off about the Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum thing. People were okay with the Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell thing. People were okay with the DeAndre Ayton, Rudy Gobert thing. I got a little backlash on that on Snapchat. Then the Darius Garland, LaMelo Ball one got people talking. And then on the second one, I said Devin Booker was better than Ja. A couple of people got mad about that. I said Kyrie was better than healthy Dame. Me and you have had that argument before. I think
that can go either way though. Like even if you pick Kyrie, I'm not mad at you really.
Yeah.
I think we just forget what Kyrie can do.
That's what I'm saying. But I said this is the one that is why I made it the thumbnail. I said DeAndre was better than Cat, and then I said DeJounte Murray was better than LaMelo Ball, and then people didn't really care about that one. What's the most outlandish one on this list? Like I know there's one here where you like I don't agree with this shit at all. I know I'll be sending you stuff, and I know you'd be like I ain't fucking with this time. I know.
It's not outlandish to me. I'll say Can I answer it like this? I'll say what a person said in the comments was kind of outlandish to me.
Right.
Was saying I think they said Rudy Gobert is better than DeAndre Ayton. I think that's outlandish to me.
Yeah.
But I look at it from the offensive end. Like I feel like okay, DeAndre Ayton might not be able to touch him on the defensive end, but I feel like he can do good enough to kind of hold his own at that height. But I feel like Rudy Gobert cannot touch that nigga on the offensive end.
Not at all. There's no. My thing with DeAndre and Rudy Gobert one was there's nowhere. I haven't seen DeAndre Ayton be a liability, right? As great of a defender Rudy Gobert is, if a dude is consistently like a liability, so like 1 year it was that he couldn't go out there and switch and guard, shorter players, or then the other year was he couldn't guard versatile big men like Jokic or whatever. Then the other year was, I think this year we kind of figured out, damn, this dude doesn't give us anything on offense.
That's what I'm saying. But Aiden isn't that bad on defense. Like, okay, could he be more dominant? Could he be more dominant? Okay, maybe you can say that, but he's not like they don't hunt him on defense.
Yeah. Like, and he's not. I haven't seen him get. I've seen him have like a bad stretch. Like obviously, finals he couldn't guard Giannis, but he didn't like. No one can. That's what I'm saying.
Who can?
Because before that, he did a good job on. He had some good possessions on Jokic, and like I remember they played Denver. Then I know Jokic did what he did, but he had some good possessions on him. Then I remember the series before that when AD was healthy when they played the Lakers. He had some good runs on him, But then but like I said, if I see a dude that's consistently like a liability. On like, because I've never seen anybody say DeAndre Ayton is a liability anywhere. Matter of fact, since Chris Paul's been there, like what's something negative about his game that you can say outside of something that's caused by the coaching? Because I say one thing is obviously he can't show off his full bag that he's shown us before, but that's pretty much it. But there's nothing I've watched from DeAndre Ayton where it's like, damn, this dude sucks at this. I've seen Rudy Gobert have moments where he was partially a reason as to why his team couldn't get past a certain level. So that's why I ran with DeAndre Ayton over Rudy.
And even saying the Ayton thing, he can't show his bag. That's like half of that is because of the team he's on.
Exactly.
Because all their offenses ran through like on the perimeter with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Yeah. And even Miles Bridges to some extent. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anything you said on here is outlandish. Like I think it's debatable.
Word.
You can debate Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker is better, but I think you can debate. I guess you can debate that, but nothing to me is better. Like nothing to me is. What'd you say?
The Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell one.
Yeah, you did Devin Booker, John Morant, and Devin Booker.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I don't think I agree with it. I don't think anything's outlandish.
People kill me on the Devin Booker Ja one. People kill me on that. So my argument for that one was this.
I got one too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My argument for Devin Booker and Ja, I don't really know. I think it's not an experience thing.
No, it's not.
I may change my mind on this one low key.
I mean, you can, but I think people just with the fact that John Morant had his first, like I'm talking like great year. Yeah. I feel like people are kind of putting too much behind it. Is that fair? Like they're putting too much. What's the right word? I don't even know. They're just putting to me. They're putting too much grace behind it. I'm gonna use They're putting because I get he had his first like great year, but he has to follow it up to be more of a legit player like compared to these other dudes. Yeah, but you can. But Devin Booker, you can say John Morant's better than Devin Booker, I guess. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where I would go with it.
I'm low-key gonna retract my statement because I think my thing with Ja is it gets tough because I'd say Ja from year one showed he can kind of win. No, showed that he can win kind of with less. Like thing with Ja is he came in year one and that Grizzlies team before COVID hit was a playoff team all year. Like they were probably 7-8. Yeah. Like they're flirting around that the entirety of the season. I saw Devin Booker come in, and I'm not blaming him or anything because the Suns obviously weren't good, but comparing them to each other, Ja's first 3 years, he's on a winning team. I know they didn't make the playoffs year one, but they should have. They could have if COVID didn't happen. But I'm looking at it to do with Ja. He comes in year one, and he's from year one to year three is consistently something better, right? I always say it. First year, you lose in the play-in in the bubble. Second year, you lose in the first round. Right. And then third year, you end up losing in the second round. So with Devin Booker, I haven't seen him have that moment where he's the best guy and he kind of led a team to the playoffs or whatever. I haven't seen him do it. He did have a short point where he led Phoenix, obviously, when Chris Paul was hurt this season. But that's a little different than leading a team to a winning record the entire season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely get you because it's just like I can debate the team Devin Booker started with. When did he get drafted? 2015, somewhere around there? 14.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. That team was not terrible. I know that. I remember watching the team. That team wasn't terrible with your boy Tyler. But Tyler Hughes was on that team at one point from Kentucky.
Yep.
Short dude.
Yeah, I remember
he was on
days,
that. Yeah, they had some decent talent, but I'm just saying, comparing team to team from their rookie seasons, I know like the Suns weren't that much worse than them from a talent perspective. So I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I remember people were like, I literally remember not thinking anything of, because it was like I said, it was literally when Ja came in, it was literally okay, we're gonna kind of start from scratch and rebuild after Conley's out, after the whole Grind City era is finished, and then he does what he does. So I'm gonna retract my statement. I'm gonna put Ja over Devin Booker. Okay. Now people are gonna come back with it and say, well, the Grizzlies won without Ja, which is true. They were winning without Ja, and I'll give them that. But to me, that's not an indictment. Why is that an indictment against Ja? That's my question.
Yeah, that's always been weird to me. Like, what can he do about that? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I guess that proves to them that proves that the team is just as good with them as they are without them. I guess that's their argument.
Yeah. I never understood that logic. I'm like, oh well, you know what I mean? They do that same thing with I think with Michael, with some, they do these weird things where they say, well, without them, they're actually good. Like, I'm like, bro, that speaks to the coaching or whatever. I don't really speak to how, that's not an indictment against anybody, and it shouldn't be. So I don't know. People be going in on that one.
It's media. That's what they do.
Media stuff and them social media people. Because that was them that kind of started that one. They were like, oh, they're still good without Ja. I'm like, bro, but they're clearly, like I'm saying, they're not a second round team if Ja's not playing, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I said that again. I said that a couple months back. I was like, well, y'all can say they were good in the regular season all you want without them, but in the when it comes down to it, you ain't gonna win no games in the playoffs without Ja. So
I ain't gonna lie though, it was crazy how competitive they were against the Warriors.
True, I just thought about that. Yeah,
that was crazy. They beat their ass one time by 30 without Ja. Something serious. But yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me think here. What was another one that we had? So here's another one that got a couple people riled up. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum. So my thing with this is, I don't even think it's that crazy, but it got a couple people were like, how you gonna put Jimmy Butler over Jason Tatum?
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Tatum's offensive bag is better than Tatum's, but no, Tatum's bag is better. The offensive bag is better than Jimmy Butler's.
Yeah,
but last couple of years, I saw Butler lead his team to two finals. Well, I seen Butler lead his team deep into the playoffs. I saw him lead them to the finals and go to the limit with LeBron almost, and then to the East Finals or whatever.
I was gonna say, real quick. No, real quick. I was just gonna say, is Jason Tatum's bag as deep as we think it is?
Oh yeah,
think about it. You think it like okay? Name me some of his like moves or think about him because I don't know if this is besides the step back. I can't think of anything.
Well, he's got the step back on two sides, right? He goes left, and then he got the step back to the right.
No, so I'm gonna just count that as one. I ain't gonna count two because
that's just two different moves.
Okay, I get you.
The right is a whole different shot.
You. Okay, I got you. Okay.
And he's got the turnaround jumper, face up game.
He didn't use that shit in the final. Okay, let me stop.
He did.
That's what made me ask that question, though.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask. He's got that thing where he gets to the rim and he kind of does a little swing around thing. I don't know. That's like that
went against him trying to get them fouls swinging around. That's why his ass couldn't go to the cup. But
he did.
No, he and I ain't making no joke. He'll get better next year because, like I told Ty, I said a lot of the greats have had failures. Like he just he came back the next year and did like crazy shit. So.
Yeah. And to me saying that is more of a thing that's more giving more credit to Butler than taking anything away from Tatum. Like I know Tatum's going to improve, obviously, and Tatum's ceiling's higher than Butler. Butler's like 30-some or whatever. But I mean, clearly. But right now, I think Butler, one, he got that dog in him. Like Tatum, I talked to my dad about this the other day. Tatum ain't really got that. Yeah. You kind of question his leadership a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if you watch the highlights, Tatum's a better player. I mean, he's more skilled, but Butler brings some of those intangibles to the table, and that's got to count for something. You know,
he has more grit.
Yep, very.
And sometimes that's just in you. I'm gonna be honest. Some dudes just go about their business, do what they supposed to do on the court, but some dudes just sort of grit on the court, and that's sometimes you can develop that, but sometimes you have it or you don't. I'm gonna be honest. It is what it is at the end of the day.
That's very true. So. You think he can develop it? I think he can, because I think he hears what people are saying. And
I think he can. I don't even know if he has to develop it because Marcus Smart can be that type of player on the team to kind of help, get through situations like that. But yeah, I just think the only thing I think he needs to work on is just to get a little quicker with his moves going to the basket. And I think he'll be fine.
Which he'll be able to
take contact. Use a bag out of Kyrie. Use a trick out of Kyrie Irving's bag. Get that dude to hit you with them pads when you go.
Yeah, man.
You take your ass to the hoop.
Yeah,
play some football, nigga.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Butler Tatum got people mad because I think people felt so much in love with Tatum in this year, and I can't blame him. I'm not blaming anybody for falling in love with Tatum. I said I got mad at the Kobe thing because it got on my nerves. You know what I mean?
But they did that same shit with Devin Booker last year. And if you look at Devin Booker's and Jason Tatum's stats in the finals, as far as shooting percentages, they are just as bad. It's almost ridiculous.
Facts.
I was wondering because last year I was like, when is Devin Booker gonna have a damn shooting? I remember asking you that. I was like, when is Devin Booker gonna have a good shooting game?
Yeah.
He ain't had one in the whole finals, shooting 30% the whole time.
He was non-existent. That's crazy how both of them kind of that. Maybe they got to quit comparing everybody to Kobe every 5 seconds. I bet you next year is gonna be somebody else. It's gonna be like let's say the Bulls make a run. Mm-hmm. Right, it's gonna be DeMar DeRozan. They're gonna start doing the DeMar DeRozan Kobe thing? I'm like, come on.
They need to just leave that alone. Let dude rest.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace. Just leave him alone, bro. Stop trying to do that.
Leave it alone. Okay, people wanted me to explain the Darius Garland and LaMelo one.
Oh, I can explain that one.
Go ahead. I'll let you go in on that.
It's really just as simple. He's a more efficient player. It's not even close. Like the LaMelo strikes me as a player that's going to be around the low 40s as far as efficiency goes, just shooting and everything. But Darius Garland strikes me as a player that's going to be near the 50s, or at least 46 to 47% or more, or whatever. And he's a better 3-point shooter and a better shooter overall.
For the last 2 years, this dude was 45% or higher and 38% or higher splits from three. From three, and obviously field goal percentage. Let me look at LaMelo. And I know LaMelo's obviously just in year 2, but we're comparing people, so I don't really care.
Yes, what it is.
LaMelo's been 43% or lower. And just this year's 3-point clip is, I think, pretty much on par with Darius Garland's. Now, here's an interesting question. Darius Garland's playmaking is very underrated, but who is the better playmaker between those two? And that's not a crazy question to ask, in all honesty.
If you watch Darius Garland, you would know. It's just probably playmaker, like as far as running the team, I'd probably say with wow factor and everything, just watching the game, you'll probably rather watch LaMelo pass the ball and shit like that. But I'm just saying, as far as a player you fear, if you had to ask me between the two, who I fear more going on the court, I would say Darius Garland.
Yeah,
he's a more offensive threat. Like I don't fear. I'll let LaMelo shoot a couple open shots. I'm sorry, I will.
Yeah,
and live with the result. But to answer your question, yeah, he probably LaMelo's probably that's probably what the only thing he has on Darius Garland. I think he's a better playmaker.
Yeah, he's got that takeover thing too. Like I feel like I trust Darius Garland to give me a bucket over LaMelo. Mm-hmm. But I feel like people, especially in LA, like if you go listen to like some LA dudes talk about LaMelo, they took it like I remember people were saying he's better than Ja, he's better than. I was like, nah, chill. And also what makes me that,
I remember that Josh shit last year.
Yeah, and that was Craig Smith, his podcast. They were saying it.
That's your boy.
That's my boy. But like also too, some rubbed me the wrong way about the two some rubs me the wrong way about his performances in like the first 2 seasons and like the postseason. So like obviously, then they got blown out the water in the play-in by Indiana of all teams. And then this year, what happened this year? Then they lose to like
same thing. I think they got blown out actually.
Yeah, and he didn't play well. Like I remember if he had 20 or something, it was on a horrible shooting night. I got to go back and look. But his like first 2 seasons, you're in the play-in and you don't perform well. And this is why I've seen Ja dominate in playing situations. You know what I mean? I saw Darius Garland play a solid game in the playing against Brooklyn. I mean, they lost, you know what I mean? But this, you know, you're 2 years in. I get maybe he's been, I don't know, you're 2 years in and you've kind of had embarrassing performances in the playing tournament when I've seen some of these other younger point guards do their thing at that stage, you know, and do a little bit more. Like I saw Luka in year 2, you know, prove to us that nobody on the best defensive or the most talented defensive team in the NBA with the Clippers could guard him. You know, and you just struggling in the playing tournament. So, you know, that's why I ain't dissing LaMelo. He's cold and all that, but it's a level he got to take his game to. But I do consider Garland on a different level. They are pretty much on the same tier, but Ja and some of those other guys they try to put him in that conversation with, they're in different tiers, in my opinion.
Yeah, you dissing LaMelo, them boys from Chino Hills will come get you.
I'm ready.
I know. I just playing. Yeah, but they're on the same level. You're splitting hairs, but I just think I'm going to pick Darius Garland any day of the week just because he's a more efficient player. I take efficiency over inefficient, and okay, he might be a better playmaker and assist man and all that, but if he's less efficient than the other dude, I'm going to take the more efficient player all the time.
That's facts. That's so. I got to. And I think his bag is deeper too. Like I think LaMelo's got something. Like I think Garland's a better finisher. I think he's smarter. I like his hand. I like his handle better than Melo. Darius Garland I think he got a top 5 handle in the league right now too.
His jumper cold. His jumper be hitting nothing but net. I remember watching him in the All-Star look. I forgot what you call it, the dribbling competition, the shooting competition, whatever. He was hitting all bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Darius Garland's a monster. What's another one?
Let me see. You want to do? It's up to you. You can pick it. I don't even care.
I'm trying to figure out what's another one that kind of got. Oh, let's do the Kyrie Dame one. Me and you got into it. You got into it last year about that.
Yep.
So Kyrie, healthy Dame. What does it come down to? My argument for Kyrie is this: I saw Kyrie do everything I've seen him do over the course of his career at the highest level. So in my opinion, 2016 Finals is the best NBA Finals ever. Right, 3-1 comeback. He hits the shot. Kyrie's full skill set was on display, and you go look at who guarded him. Klay Thompson is one of the best defenders in the NBA at that time. Couldn't stop him. So I saw Kyrie do it at the highest level. I didn't see Dame do it at the highest level, and I'm gonna take that a lot.
Okay.
Now, Kyrie, when he gets on his own, is a little bit different, right?
A little less of a threat.
Yeah. Now he's still a great player. He's still unguardable. And he still has some postseason. Like there was year 1, obviously. I forgot when he went down in year 1 in Boston.
With the Celtics. But see, with that Celtics thing, they were playing well, but I just can't go off what I think was going to happen rather than me seeing it.
Yeah, true.
If that makes sense. Because I think, okay, they might have went to the finals, but I can't keep saying that, and it didn't happen. So I wish he didn't get hurt. I honestly just said it like that, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but so I feel like Dame has had better moments of this is my team, right? I'm going to have this moment and I'm going to try to carry my guys and we saw him basically carry his team to the conference finals, and we see him do that. He does have more iconic playoff moments as the best player on his team over the course of his career. Obviously, you can go back and look at what year did he hit the buzzer beater on Houston? 2014 or 15? Mm-hmm. Go back to, which in my opinion, one of the greatest individual playoff performances in 2017 or 2018 when he did what he did to Paul George and Russ. And then last year, what he did to Denver was nasty. So you can argue with that. You can lead with that argument too about his individual playoff moments as the best player on the team. You can lead with that one as well.
It's hard for me because I don't know which player, because like you said, I've seen Kyrie Irving do it at the highest level, but he was the second best player on the team.
Yeah.
But I've seen. I don't think Dame can be the number one best. I don't know. I don't think any dude at that height to me can be the best player on their team except maybe for Steph. That's the only dude I can see that happen because he's such a shooting threat.
Yeah.
I mean, those dudes, don't get me wrong. Dame and Kyrie can shoot. They're great shooters. Dame's probably closer. He's closer of a shooter to Steph than Kyrie is.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, a player at 6'3", I've never seen them be that main guy and lead them to a championship like that. So I'm not really gonna knock any of them for that. But
yeah,
to say who's better,
because there are so many criteria to go through too. We just go straight skill for skill. Who's better?
Probably Kyrie.
Yeah, and it's tough though. Even that is tough because you talking about Dame is pulling from 30 every 5 seconds. And
Dame's a better shooter. Because I remember when we was debating, you was saying, I forgot what your argument was. I forgot what mine was. Still, I'm be honest with you, because that was a while ago. But
it got really like meticulous. Like we went all the way down to who gets out of double teams better.
If they got out of his double team. I was like, we
went deep into it.
Hella specific with it.
I think another thing is I think Kyrie's more versatile. We saw Kyrie go from being a point guard to a 2 guard basically since I think the last couple of years in Brooklyn. And he can play off the ball as well as he can on the ball. And I think he scores at every level better, right? Besides, he has a 3-point shot, but mid-range game is way better. I think he's the best mid-range point guard ever next to Chris Paul and If you want to put Iverson in that conversation, and maybe some other guys, but and then obviously the finishing, there's no better finisher than him, in my opinion, in the game.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He's the best dude in terms of handles ever in the NBA. It's not even close to me.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the best finishers ever in the NBA. So
I
think that's pretty obvious. Dame can finish too, but all his game is on the outside. So but I think we were asking because you said Dame can't pass out of double. I remember. I'm starting to remember.
Yeah.
Dame can't pass over double teams, and I said, well, the teams that he's been on could contribute to some of the double teams that he gets, but then you said no, he can't. They keep double teaming him because they realize he couldn't. He can't get out of them. That's what it was. I think that's what
they're both not great. None of them are really good playmakers. Like I've never. I mean, Dame can I feel like Dame can if you really wanted him to. But like he doesn't really. It's almost like he doesn't really have to, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's so they're almost similar in their own ways. But I think when you talk about Kyrie, I think just talking about skill on multiple levels of scoring. I think he's got that. I also think Kyrie is a better defender than Dame too. Kyrie has some pretty good defensive moments over the course of his career.
Yeah. So I think I was debating. I remember this too. I was debating if Kyrie was on those teams, I think they would have the same type of flameouts that Dame did. I think that's what I said.
Which is
Kyrie might get he might get a notch further, whatever the case may be. But when you're on the only like threat as far as score, well, CJ McCollum's on the team. I completely forgot about him.
Yeah,
so never mind. But when you're on a team like that and they key in on you so much, I feel like Kyrie Irving would have had the same struggles that Dame did as far as just like getting tired.
That's true. Or we feel like it just isn't enough.
But to be fair, we saw Kyrie Irving do it. All I think I was saying is I just need to see Damian Lillard with another player of LeBron's caliber to see what he'll do with him.
Yeah, in that moment. And that's like one of those big hypotheticals too. So that's why it gets really tough to compare. Yeah. Because we're just really never really gonna know. But that one was tough. I'm gonna take Kyrie because I just think you talk about game. Talk about just game, then I think Kyrie beats him out there because I think he dominates multiple levels of the game better than Dame does. But like I said, then you just go look at Dame. That's where it gets tough because, like I said, Dame's got those better individual moments or whatever. It's tough,
Everything's situational. That's why it's tough.
Everything is situational. Every single thing.
I don't know because I'm thinking right now. I don't even know who I want to pick right now because I don't even think we've seen both of them at their best this year. Obviously, I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. Because
that's the tough thing about it was like what was the best years they had like two years ago.
And a lot of Kyrie this season, as far as like efficiency, I think he was off the chain this year. Like
I just wish I would have seen him more. That's why I'm basing off that. And Dame too, because Dame started off the season pretty bad and he kind of got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. I need to see them play in the playoffs again to determine my final verdict. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm down the middle.
Yeah. Here's another one that killed that. I don't know. What did you feel about this one? DeAndre Ayton and Cat. How'd you feel about that
one? I think somebody in the comments saying DeAndre Ayton over Cat is crazy.
I got murdered for that. Snapchat, I got killed for that. Yeah.
Because I don't really know how to respond to some of them because they go feel how they feel at the end.
That's what I'm saying. You told me the other day, you said you just let them go. You just let them go.
I let them go. Hey, some shit, sometimes I don't know. I don't even know if I want them to hear this, but I'm going to say it. I kind of start some shit with the comments. I said, oh, he said that. Oh, I'll be like,
he said, yeah.
I'd be like, so-and-so said he ain't better than what you think. And then I just let him go and let him argue.
Yeah.
But I can definitely, the way Cat kind of performed, he had some great games in that first round, but he also has some soft ass games. I'm be honest.
Yes,
where I'm like, dude, you 7 foot and you playing like that, and you're putting basically the same production up that the DeAndre Ayton's putting up, and he's not nowhere. You're way more talented than DeAndre Ayton, but you're putting up 18 points per game like that. Like you should literally be averaging 27 to near 30, but you're not.
DeAndre's one playoff run showed it was last year, right? That was
he got more heart than Cat.
Yeah, but which is funny because right now that's like the thing about DeAndre Ayton is people are questioning his heart, but he still has more heart than Cat. And then which is crazy. And then but yeah, like I think I like Ayton's impact a lot more. I think he's a smarter player because since Chris Paul got there, they're talking about this on The Shop once, the first episode of The Shop, which is the only episode I watched.
That shit is ass.
Yeah, I don't be watching The Shop, but I only watched that episode. And they were talking about great players we always talk about the 20-point game guys and all those dudes, but also being smart is understanding what you can and cannot do, right? And playing within your role. Based off of the fact that DeAndre Ayton plays his role and he plays it smart, and he doesn't do things that make him a liability on the court. We saw Cat be a liability on the court many times, getting in foul trouble.
Yeah. That, but why? What's the other reason besides foul trouble? I think you figured out.
What was it?
He shoots all jumpers. That's a liability. So for you to be that to be 7 foot playing like a point guard or a shooting guard or whatever at 6'3", and you're 7 foot, for you to be shooting all the time, and players know this when they look at the scouting report. Oh, if he has an off shooting night, we got him for the rest of the night. He's not going to do shit. Yeah. That's soft to me. You 7 foot, you should be able to like. That's a no. Come on.
Yeah. Very, very true. Very true. Yeah, I think it's also I'm just mad at something about Cat is just something, which is crazy.
It's his voice.
It's his voice, bro. Stats.
You talking about stats? I ain't trying to get these stats. I'm trying to get these wins.
It was something about that playoff celebration they did. I just couldn't get with it. So I think a lot of that was out of my anger towards Minnesota and Cat. But yeah, I think Aiden, because he played his role better. I think I like his impact a little bit more. Like I said, I think he's a smarter player right now. Obviously, like I said, his values, not his value, but there's some internal stuff saying he doesn't have a great work ethic, or like he doesn't have that dog in him. I don't know. They probably know more than me, but it's visible that Cat has not been ready for big playoff moments. So the course of his career, it's visible.
I say with the DeAndre Ayton shit, people saying he don't have a dog in him, he don't have a wherewithal to do this and do that. I think the Suns don't help him out. Like, he's a traditional big man that's a pick and pop big man.
Yeah,
you have to give him the ball. He can't dribble.
Yeah,
like, help him out.
Yeah,
I don't understand that shit. Like, they just had that nigga down low all the time, just not even passing the ball. Sometimes he would try to post up, and then basically all his points was all putbacks. And he occasionally get a pick and pop jumper when he get the offensive rebound or what you just said, pick and roll. That's it. Yeah.
Turn him to a pick and roll player. And I think it was good because it like I said, it worked for them. But like being able to let him get into his bag a little bit more, because he had, like, coming out of Arizona, he's the first overall pick. So let him get to his bag a little bit more. But I'm looking at the efficiency, bro. You're averaging 17 and 10 on 63% shooting. Then the year before, obviously, there was the year before in Phoenix where, like, when Chris Paul first got there, 14 and 11, once again, 63% shooting. And then even year 2 in the league, there's 18 points, 55% shooting with 12 rebounds. I know Cat's numbers are great, but he like I said, he's a smart guy who plays a role, and I think contributes to winning a lot more. Cat to me, it's like, Cat is how is it that you can be this old? Almost 30, right? Cat's not, he's probably not almost 30, but let me look at this. 26.
26.
Yeah. Gotta be 26.
Remember when I told you though, my math teacher told me middle school, 4 or less later rest, 5 or more raise the score. So if he's 26, he's 30. That's how he's 30.
He's 30 pretty much.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like you're 26 and you do a lot of this. You're 26 and you're still. I feel like he still ain't mature from a playoff standpoint.
26 still playing like a rookie.
Yeah, like they're. I'm saying.
I don't like calling niggas soft, especially at 7 foot tall.
Yeah,
but that makes you even more soft that you're not dominating the game better when you taller than damn near every player on the damn court.
Yeah,
and you shooting threes.
Very true.
What the hell is that, bro? That actually make me mad. Like you, I'm thinking of that shit down.
Yeah,
and he fouled the hell out of people.
The skill set is there, but it's like the maturity isn't. I don't know. You can be 26 years old, be in the playoffs twice, and we're still wondering if you can even. You know what I mean?
That's why Jimmy had the little run in with him.
Oh yeah, he had to get with him.
I think it was some deep roots that now I don't want to mention on the airwaves, but
yeah, on the airwaves,
it was some deeper roots.
Deep root issue.
Very inappropriate, but yeah.
You said they should look at the trade. I remember you said they should look into trading his ass.
Because it's like you keep having him on your team and you've tried to build around him ever since his rookie year and it hasn't really worked out. So I'm just saying, is it that crazy to think? Because I was pitching this. I said, if you lose in the first round, is it that crazy to think we might need to move on from him, see what we can get and build around Anthony Edwards? I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that I don't know what's gonna happen this offseason, but after who knows?
Maybe after next year, see it. Okay, it might be too early now, but maybe after next year. But it's always better than early than late. So
yeah, and you never know. His name can magically pop up in those trade rumors because OG Anunoby's name came out. I remember those trade rumors a couple weeks ago that I don't think are true.
What? I'm like, yeah, he wants to leave.
Yeah, they said that wasn't true, but like, notice how they just come up out of nowhere. So you never know.
I think it's some of the reporters or whatever, or whomever, maybe with Bleach Report, they kind of think of some or whatever. and just put it out there, and it catches steam because there's such a big platform, and then we kind of believe that it's true, and
that's
it's not
exactly
true.
What happens. That's exactly. Bleacher Report puts an article out with a bunch of mock trades. Somebody looks at it and says, "Oh, so and so is considering leaving his team."
When Bleacher Report clearly says mock trades, they don't know what mock trade means.
Yeah,
and they take it from their website and a major name like whatever on Twitter, one of the NBA report, and they just start saying it.
Facts.
If Woj don't say it, I don't believe it. How about that?
If Woj don't say it, I ain't with it. That's facts. Yeah, that's facts. What's another one here? I mean, that was the most controversial one. I got murdered for that, but I really don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah,
Cat's got too many moments in over the course of his career that just make me mad. He's so talented. And he, like I said, he is more talented, but is his impact better? Is my question. Like, there are a lot of guys who are more talented, but is his impact better?
We all know, anybody that watches the NBA know Anthony Davis is more talented than Giannis, but is he better? Hell no.
Hell no.
And last year when Giannis won the MVP or whatever, was it last year? Maybe it was the year before last. I remember we had this debate. I was like, he's still not better than Anthony Davis, but seeing the drive that Giannis has and AD doesn't, it kind of just, he's better than him then. I don't know. It's just, you got to watch the game to know if somebody's better than them now, or even based off talent. Because sometimes, obviously, a player could be more talented than them, but does that make them better? No.
How many times was James Harden more talented than guys that we ranked above him? A lot. You know what I mean? But we wouldn't put him over him because he never had playoff moments.
Man, I tell you, getting them foul calls was talent.
Yeah.
No, fuck that shit. I hated that shit.
Doing so like he grabbed your arm and then
you notice when he was struggling the most he has in his career when they stopped calling that shit.
Oh God, he was. Yeah. But, I want to see how he follows up this upcoming season. That follows up last season.
I think he's done. I think he's about to revert to a role player.
You think so? You think we there now?
Not revert, but yeah, convert. Because he dropped. That was a deep drop. He dropped.
Yeah,
like, it was from near 30 to like basically 20.
That's facts. It was sad how that kind of happened.
That's a negative 10 point. That's probably karma for his ass trying to circle his way to a ring.
That's what I'm saying. Man, I thought it was gonna work too. I really
do that shit in free agency, bro. Don't be just skipping around town like that, bro. That shit don't work out. You skipping around town like a oh, never mind. But just keep skipping around town.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, nah. And now looking back at it, Brooklyn definitely could have used his ass in that first round for sure.
So, yeah, because I'm trying to think who else has more talent than somebody but isn't better.
Last year we say when we said Giannis was the best player in the NBA, then Curry is way more talented than him. But last year we said Giannis is the best player in the NBA. Now that changed obviously because Curry just won a ring, in my opinion. Won his fourth ring and won his first final MVP. But that's another one you can kind of bring up. LeBron and Giannis. Remember that was a whole argument?
Yeah. Or we can say Jokic is probably more talented than Giannis, but Giannis is obviously a better player.
Facts.
So
facts.
It's just pure dominance.
Yeah.
Most of the time, to be honest with you, it comes down to dominance rather than a person's skill set being better than the other.
Very true.
Because how many dudes you probably know from where you went to school probably got some skill, but other dudes made it, further than them because they have more dominant game. And I can say the same for myself.
I got a list of guys.
I actually don't have none because I ain't go to school with no like that. But you would hate it.
I got a list. I got a list of dudes I done hooped with that were on certain teams, and you know what I mean. I've got a list. That's for that.
You just think, yeah, dude. Oh, he got way more skill than him. But I'm like, this other dude way better than him. No, what he doing in the game. I can only go by what I see in the game.
Yeah, very true. So. Very, very true. What about this DeJounte Murray, LaMelo Ball one?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even care about that one.
Me neither. I kind of threw it in because I had to get it was 4 each, and I had to make I
didn't care about that one. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think nobody else did too. Nobody else responded to
Nobody said anything about that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray damn near averaged a triple-double though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like they're definitely on the same tier as far as point guards go. But then obviously Johnny edges him out because of his defense. If there's another guard in the NBA who can win defensive player of the year next, like Marcus Smart is him for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, they need to revoke Marcus Smart stuff. But take that back. When nigga, you lost the damn final. Give me that shit back.
Give that shit back. He'd be mad. Then they need to revoke every one of Rudy Gobert's.
Yeah, basically based off the playoffs. But yeah, you mentioned DeJounte Murray. What do you think the Spurs are going to do in terms of do you think Pop's going to stay for another couple years, or do you think his time is near the end?
I think he's gonna run. I think he's gonna run and see what he's got right now. I think he's gonna run and see what he can get out this DeJounte Murray era. I don't see him retiring from coaching anytime soon, honestly, because he's still doing the Team USA thing, and I know he wants get another gold medal. He's gonna run with this DeJounte Murray thing for a minute, and if he decides to leave, I don't know any news on that, but if he decides to leave, it'll be like on some like who just stepped down in college, like Jay Wright type shit, where it just kind of came out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Jay Wright might come back on some weird shit.
I feel like he gonna try to get an NBA job, like Billy Donovan.
Yeah. Dudes be like saying they trying to relax and shit, and next year you'll see him get another job. I'm like, nigga, yo, ass line.
Oh, they got passion for the game. It's that passion for the game is what it is.
I want to retire next season. You see them coaching a better team and shit on a different level. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Jay Wright gonna Jay Wright gonna either be on he either gonna be coaching the NBA team or he gonna be on some other college team in a couple of years, without a doubt.
He gonna replace Nick Saban in football.
Wow.
I'm just playing.
Give me some comparisons that give me like some like I know this dude's better, but nobody else agrees with me. Like give me two guys where you know one is better than the other, where people just don't, you just know it's a hot take, but you don't care.
Don't give a damn. Don't care.
Don't care. You just don't care what nobody thinks. He's like, I know this dude's better than this dude.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good question. Because I'm trying to think of players. I might have to look at top 10s and shit to even recognize the players. Just give me a second. You could think. Do you have any? Did you know?
Look up NBA teams just fine too, right? I'm like, I know this dude's better than this dude.
That's what I'm saying. Though I got to look up like top NBA players because I got to think of everybody type shit. Not of all time. Damn, I hate when that shit looked that up. They always trying to put in all time. Okay, so I feel like
I just got one. Go ahead though.
No, you probably go ahead because I don't really know where to go.
I got CJ McCollum being better than Zach LaVine.
I don't think that's crazy. I might agree.
I think CJ McCollum is better than Zach LaVine. That's a hot take.
I might agree. He's just been CJ McCollum's been in the West all his life, and it's easy to make an all-star selection in the East versus the West. Facts. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Facts.
Shit, what's one I could say? I feel like is Drew Holiday being better than Jaylen Brown crazy?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a very good one, Carl.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm gonna say
wow.
He better than him. Jaylen Brown can play defense, but he don't have Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday be having motherfuckers in hell.
Yeah. I'd agree. I'd agree with Drew Holiday being better than Jaylen Brown. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. I like that. Because I think defensively now, they're two different players and they're two great defenders, but and their roles are different. Like we're talking about a second option versus a like a third option, or like, you know what I mean? A temporary, it's like a any night second option because it could be him or Middleton, but that's tough though. That's a good one.
I got another. I don't care. I know he ain't been healthy. I know he ain't played basically last year and a half, but healthy Kawhi is better than Giannis. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Healthy Kawhi is more of a threat than Giannis is. I know Giannis averages 30 or whatever, but he still had, and it's crazy. He's still not. He has a nice little mid range. He improved everything, but outside of that, his jumper isn't respectable. Like everybody leave him open, but Kawhi no. Like, I don't care.
What if I said because I really struggled with Kawhi because I was such a Kawhi fan. My argument for Kawhi would have been his two-way play. But I feel like defensively, he fell off. Yeah.
He did. You know why? I'll be honest. We're in a day and age where people that were dominant on defense, it's hard for them to still be that dominant on defense when they ask so much of them from offense. It's almost impossible nowadays. Yeah. And I feel like back in the 90s when people saying, oh, this player was a great defensive player, but he's a great offensive player. If you look at a lot of the time, they had another dude to help them take the night off on the defensive end and play great offense. And I feel like that's a misconception of some people. I'm not going to say who, but of some people that just took the best player out of the team. I mean, took the best player all night, every night, and shut him down. I feel like it's a misconception of somebody in the 90s that was dominant. I don't say his name. Yeah. But MJ. To answer your question,
Blake ain't here. He ain't going to say, we're going to get Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen was guarding all them niggas. But go ahead.
Yeah. But so then by that, if we're going by that, then I have seen Giannis do it both ends the last two seasons, you know. So, but that I would edge Giannis out, but I see where you're heading with. I see where you're at with it.
It was just the list. You said I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Every time I picked, I said I don't care at the end.
Yeah. What if I told you? Okay. What if I told you that? First of all, that Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown one is like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
What if I told you, I got a couple of two guards that Chris Middleton
is better than, I thought you were about to say Trae Young. I mean, not Trae Young. He's not no two guard. You point. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think that Chris Middleton is better than, what if I said Chris Middleton is better than Zach LaVine? Would that be crazy?
No, not really. Because Zach LaVine just had like one of those great years like that. But it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. First of all, I feel like it's hard as hell to define positions nowadays. Even two guards play point sometimes. So I don't even know what to call these niggas half the time.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know, because I feel like I hate doing the empty stats thing, but LaVine is kind of a case where you've seen him put up big numbers on really bad teams. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got one right after this, but we've seen him put up really bad. You know who I'm about to bring up.
The nigga said, "Ooh, go ahead."
You know I'm about to bring up, but I feel like things have been not Wiggins, but LaVine putting up the empty stat stuff or whatever you want to call it compared to Middleton. Oh, doing on winning teams. You about to bring up Wiggins?
You about to bring up Wiggins?
No, I'm about to bring up Bradley Beal.
Okay, against who? Jay Tatum. Jason, is it Jason Tatum?
No, I'm not gonna do that right now. I've had it on the argument.
You a scorn brother if you bring up that.
I've had that argument with people, but
it ain't crazy now.
What if I said Brad Beal was better than Devin Booker?
Oh no, that's not crazy.
Okay,
it's just a good team versus bad team. Brad Beal's on the bad team, obviously.
Yeah,
so it's just like,
Yeah,
but. Can he put all those points being the number one player on the team? Probably not, but
not number one.
Yeah, that's a different discussion. He's a number two. He's definitely worthy to be a number two, and that's fucked up because he averaged 30 points, but it's on a bad team. Because how many dudes can average 20-something points on a bad team at Jeremy Grant? So
he's gonna shut you up, average 20 next year. Because let's do this. Like if Brad Beal was on Phoenix last year, he would have had a much more productive series than Devin Booker, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think so. And I think
some dudes are just. I don't know. I just feel more comfortable with certain players than others.
Yeah, very true. And Beal's got playoff experience too. We forget that Beal's got years of playoff experience under his belt. He's not. Yeah. He's been on bad teams, but I don't look at his stat. I don't look at his big numbers and say, oh, he's just doing this on a bad team, because I've seen him put up productive seasons on actual good teams. You know what I mean? And they did make the playoffs, like when he averaged 30, like for the second time in a row. So I'll say that much. So we know he can do it when it matters. I think Bradley Beal's better. If we were ranking, I'd put Brad Beal over Devin Booker. I don't even think Devin Booker's top 10 in my opinion.
Me either. Damn, we can come up with a new segment, bro, called "We Don't Give a Fuck."
We should heck us do that. We
We don't give. We don't care what y'all
open up every episode with a hot take.
Yeah, we don't care what y'all think. We think we don't give a fuck. That shit actually, that's a good idea. Okay,
that's dope. We got to put that on the merch. It's like we can't put that on the merch.
Yeah, no, we can't. The kids watching. The kids.
Right.
I can't think of nobody else.
Nobody else.
Paul. Let me see. Paul George.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got to slip a Paul George one in here.
But everything I say about that, he probably isn't nice. I mean, not nice, but I'm just saying I can't definitively just say he's better than Steph. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Donovan Mitchell. Can I say Donovan Mitchell is just flat out better than? Can I say I don't care? Donovan Mitchell is better than Jimmy Butler. I don't think I can. I don't know.
Oh, I disagree with that big time.
I'm asking because I don't know if it's crazy. I'm just really looking at names and just saying crazy shit at this point because I can't think of nothing else.
I think Butler's Mitchell's goated in the playoffs, but so is Jimmy Butler. I feel like, but Mitchell's thing is he's been doing it since his rookie year, so we can argue that
Mitchell's more of a threat as far as jump shooting goes.
Yeah, that's very true. And Mitchell's been doing the playoff thing since year one, which is crazy, which is insane. Like we talk about Ja doing it, like Mitchell literally got that team to the second round in year one and embarrassed Russell Westbrook and Paul George.
It's crazy because Jimmy Buck has been playing great ever since he was playing with D Rose in the playoffs. He had his moments with D Rose. Yeah. I wish they would have figured out a way to kind of make that work.
Okay, get rid of D Rose. Yeah, I still put Butler over Mitchell, but Mitchell ain't no push around at all.
Yeah,
at all. Because I think also my thing is Mitchell pissed me off this year so much because of his defense. That's what it was. Like if you're not if you have a like. He's a very overrated. Like, I don't know if people thought about him defensively before this year, but he was exposed. Jimmy Butler didn't get exposed. I haven't seen him get exposed. I saw Donovan Mitchell get exposed defensively. So,
man, these dudes don't care about defense no more. It is what it is. I think it's getting better with some players, but it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like it's only a couple at the top that can play defense and also can play great offense.
Yeah.
Like we got Giannis, of course. We got Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm. When he's healthy, AD. When he's healthy, Kawhi. Obviously, when he's healthy,
AD and Kawhi.
Mm-hmm. Curry could play a little defense.
Yeah, it'd be hunting his ass because it's height. he ain't no threat on defense. Like he can play some. It's the difference between a person that's a threat on defense. Like he can lock shit down on Steph.
Yeah,
like they hunt him for a reason because they think he can't.
Yeah,
he's not bad.
Yeah,
they just hunt him because of his height. I'm be honest.
Yeah,
really anything else. That might be it for me.
Yeah, I got a couple more because there are a lot of really good ones. I'm trying to figure out which one.
People wanted me to say, yeah, I got Paul George. He better than Steph. That's what they wanted me to say.
Right, like hell no.
Yeah. I ain't gonna do it.
Paul George over Steph is like this. Like that's oh my goodness. That's let me figure. I'm trying to find. I just gotta find a way to get Trae Young involved.
But with who? Who can I say who's better than just? And that isn't crazy. I can say he's better than Donovan Mitchell, but that's not insane to me.
Not insane. No, it's not insane. Nope.
Not like. I can say he's better than Chris Paul. Is that insane?
Trae Young?
Yeah, is that insane? I don't know.
I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy.
Now, keep in mind, I'm not actually saying
you just naming. You just saying hypotheticals. Yeah,
I'm asking you before I get into my
statement. That's a little crazy.
Okay. Shit, Luka better than all these niggas. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't really do Luka because Luka's better than a lot of these guys. Well, Luka was actually when I made a top 10 of like guys when the league is fully healthy. Luka was near 10.
Man, I've been seeing Luka. It's only a matter of time before Luka get a championship. I think he's going to get one within the next 2 years.
I agree.
He's peaking. When a player in his fourth year or whatever comes this close, about a seventh year or eighth year, he gonna have a ring.
Yeah. Oh, here's a hot one, bro.
Uh-oh.
They both ain't really got really got nothing behind them for this to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a projection based thing, honestly. I'm taking Tyrese Halliburton over LaMelo Ball.
I'll take Tyrese Maxey over LaMelo Ball.
What? Really? Oh, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
That's what I thought you was about to say. No, I'd take Tyrese Maxey over LaMelo.
That's not a bad one because Maxey's numbers weren't off the chain his rookie year, but he had good playoff moments.
Cooking.
Did it again this year.
Hey, every time he shoots, I say
cooking. That's a Kentucky dude.
Yep.
Because in Indiana, I saw Tyrese Halliburton after the trade average 18. I know it was a small sample size, but he averaged 18 and 10 on 50% and 42% shooting splits from three and from field goal percentage. Moving into next year, I can see us coming out of next season thinking they may not have as much regular season success, but I can see a lot of people thinking that Tyrese Halliburton is better than LaMelo Ball by the end of next year.
Man, you mentioned Indiana again. My dude, Chris Duarte, fell off. I just remember
he did fall off. He did start off
all about that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Oh well. They stunted his growth a little bit.
They did. When Halliburton got there, all the attention was on him.
Man, they fucked that nigga over. I said
Tyrese Halliburton one though. Mark that one because I'm about to come back to that one in about a year.
It's crazy to me because his shot is so unorthodox, but it goes in.
It goes in.
That shit is nasty.
It's disgusting. Because year one, I mean, this like he comes in, he's been nothing under 40% his whole career. Which is crazy.
Where you go? Iowa State.
I said Chicago should have drafted him if they won that point. I mean, obviously they got Lonzo, which is good, but
another ball, huh?
Yeah, another ball.
I'm just playing.
Is there a point? Is there any Lonzo Ball hot takes? Like, is there anybody you think Lonzo's better than? Like,
hell no. You know my stance on that thing. Increment man. That's what he is. You know, but actually, this year he wasn't Ingram man where he was in terms of health.
Yeah.
Either way, when he starts playing, he has bad luck to me. When he starts playing like great, he gets hurt. When he's playing bad, he's playing bad. So
remember even when the bubble happened, like he was playing very well, and then bubble happened, and he just sucked.
He ain't no busting number. He still ain't no number 2 pick worthy. Clearly, Jason Tatum is a better player.
Yeah. Let's go healthy Jamal Murray. This is probably my last one here. Let's go with the healthy Jamal Murray. We've been talking about Jamal Murray in ages.
Okay.
Healthy Jamal Murray, I would take.
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, he's better than James Harden, the healthy. Jamal Murray is better than James Harden right now.
Right now.
Yeah. I'm not. Don't think I'm crazy. I'm just saying right now, based off what I've seen from James Harden this season, Jamal Murray is more of a threat.
Would you take healthy Jamal Murray over
Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I might be stupid right now.
I got to go look at Jamal's playoff numbers. Actually,
it's crazy. It's like 27. He was dropping 27 points.
I remember. He is known to elevate himself in the playoffs, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look, because he's always like 17 a game regular season, solid enough shooting splits.
I kind of know why he elevated himself in playoffs, but I ain't gonna take it there.
Oh, you wild. Playoffs. Let me go look at his playoff numbers. So playoff series. Let's go. So 2019, it was 19 a game. Yeah, 2019, he made a jump. So there's 24 a game. 2020, let's go by rounds. That's every round of his career. So round 1, 2019, 19 a game. Round 2, 24 a game. Round 3, 32 a game. That's all.
32.
Yeah. So in one round, so these are going by every round in his career. So round 1, 2019, 19 a game. Round 2 was 24 a game. So that's what he did 2019. All in 2020, 32 points a game, 23 points a game, and 25 points a game.
Yep.
Yeah, you can argue he's better than Booker for sure. Playoffs are always going to be the tipping scale for me most of the time,
No, yeah, it definitely always is. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. Those are all the comparisons I can come up with, honestly.
Yeah, I think we was reaching at the end.
We were definitely reaching.
That Tyrese Maxey it might be a little crazy, but I don't care.
We're gonna definitely make that a clip and see what people say. Because we're gonna revisit. So let's do this. In the morning, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make that tweet based off of some of the takes we had and just extend it. And we just gonna and take a clip and then put it on there.
They gonna tear my ass up.
They gonna get him talking. That's gonna get him talking. I don't care. That's gonna get him talking.
Either way,
that was a good take.
I'll say some crazy shit again too. Goddamn, Danny Granger better than Michael Jordan. Hey, make that one.
I don't know about that. I don't know about.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, quickly because I promised you I was gonna talk about the draft, and we're running a little low right now, but on time. But okay. Out of everybody in this draft class right now, you always talk about you always talk about transcendent players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there's a transcendent player in this class? And if there is, who is that guy?
I don't think there isn't, but if for the sake of the question, I'll say if it was to be someone or somebody, it's two dudes for me. Is Jaden Ivey. I watched him play. He can be like a 25 plus per game type of scorer to me, but he also can average near double digit assists. I think he can be that type of. Yeah, I think he'd be that type of player. And how tall is he? Do you know? I know he's got some height on him.
6'4". He looked taller than what he is. They say he's 6'4".
That nigga looks 6'7" to me.
He looks 6'7". I don't know. Let me see. Because Blake told me his height.
That's why I asked you.
He's 6. I don't believe he's 6'4". I don't believe it.
I don't know. That might be because college players are kind of on the shorter end versus NBA.
That is true. That's
true. Probably what it is because he looks like a 6'7" nigga on the court. But yeah, I'll say he can be a 25 points per game type of scorer with double digit assists. And then Jabari Smith, I feel like he can be like just a raw athleticism dude with a jumper. Yeah, that's a scary thing for somebody to have going into the league.
Yeah. So, and he's got upside as far as like getting bigger. You know what I mean?
And then if he probably wanted to, he has the athleticism and he has the body to play great defense. If you want to be a great defensive player to say, so he can be like another one of those. I don't know who can I compare him to.
He's what he looks like what Jonathan Isaac should be.
Yeah,
that's what I look at it. Because
Mo Bamba. No, never mind.
Damn, Mo Bamba. Yeah,
he thought he was gonna be good.
Me too. So he got time. He got a little time.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a dude,
you gonna say Chet.
You gonna hate me, but okay, I got two. I obviously. I feel like Jabari Smith is gonna end up being limited in his role.
Okay, no, it's we don't know.
Skill wise, he's great, but I feel like he's going to end up being limited at some point. So I kind of move him out. Paolo Banchero, I don't trust him right now. But
moves are too slow.
Yeah, and then there are just some other things I'm not really sure about his game right now. I think Chet and Shaedon Sharpe. You hate
Shaedon Sharpe. Okay, I can agree. I watched some highlights you posted earlier.
Cold.
That's crazy. Where he go to school?
He's supposed to go to Kentucky, but he played high school and he never played from Kentucky. That's the only thing with him is he didn't really have any comp that like compared to these other guys.
Also, he just stayed out a year?
Yeah, he stayed out. He's supposed to play Kentucky. Yeah.
Okay.
He reclassed or something like that and was supposed to play Kentucky, but that never ended up happening.
It is what it is. He's 19 or whatever. So yeah,
right.
So
Same thing happened, I think, with Jared Vanderbilt, or I think Jared Vanderbilt got hurt or whatever it was. But yeah, it's a weird situation.
With Chet, I wait and see on Chet. I just can't see it with Chet. Yeah, it might be because I hate Gonzaga. Let's be honest.
My thing is his skill set. We haven't seen anything like Chet. That's my thing.
But my thing is, I saw Memphis play them, and I saw how limited he was against athletic talent.
True.
They like they made him look like a regular dude out there. He couldn't get around athletic people. They was blocking his shit every time he tried to shoot the ball. He wasn't blocking anybody's shot. He was too slow to the rim every time. Yeah. So I just visual. Once I saw that, I'm like, I don't know, because in the NBA, you're basically surrounded by niggas that play like that.
Facts. That's facts.
We have to wait and see though. I don't want to say it yet. Yeah. And he turns out to be one. Then my ass is wrong. Yeah.
I jumped on the Chet train, man. I knew y'all was gonna get mad, but I jumped on the Chet train, bro. I had to do it.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I had
to do it. That's all we got for y'all, man. That's all we got. Don't forget to sub to the channel. Don't forget to download new episodes on Spotify and Apple. That'll be out very, very soon. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to hit that link if you want to get a couple other people today swiped up saying, I want to get my own podcast started. Yo, the link is in the description. Hit that link, get started with Buzzsprout. You cannot start your own podcast without a host. Buzzsprout is the easiest way to do it. It takes them no time to get your podcast out there. So go do that.
Literally, podcasts damn near rule the world now.
They do.
Just like, that's literally, whether you listen to them on the radio or you watch them off YouTube, like it can be a two-way type of thing. But it's like the easiest thing to do right now.
It really is, and it's gonna. I was talking to y'all about this. It's gonna change because now we're seeing these, like talking about athletes, right? JJ Redick, then it moves to Draymond Green, then Tariq Hill.
Yeah, them niggas don't need to be doing no podcast though.
Yeah, but still, it's showing you how the game is changing. LeBron's like, I think LeBron's gonna end up going into that sphere at some point. So with this and these entertainers, even like I'm not a fan of the City Girls, but Young Miami starting their own podcast. Like
I'm a fan.
These entertainers. You a fan? I know Blake's a fan of City Girls.
I'm a fan. The music is whatever, but I'm a fan of them. I like
it. Yeah. You like stupid. You're stupid. But do you?
Huh? I think it's one of them. I like. I don't know if I'm getting mixed up with another girl.
Yeah.
All them female rappers, they look the same to me. But I don't know. I kind of
JT my girl.
Let me just stop talking.
But no, like with all those entertainers starting their own pods now, the industry's going to change. It's going to change big time, because that's too much. You ever see too much power going in people's hands like this, going like these creators' hands like this? Yeah, somebody gonna come in and change it. So these podcast networks are going to become the new labels. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna be on our podcast network. We ain't gonna have nobody telling us y'all gotta say this, y'all gotta say. We ain't finna do that. So yeah.
We see we gonna have a new segment called I don't give a fuck, right?
We got some stuff. We got stuff cooking up.
They won't let you say it on one of them major networks, so we bringing it to you all unfiltered, like explicit.
For sure. And we got more stuff coming, man. So don't forget to sub, all that good stuff. And